Hello ladies and gentlemen, Zackary here bringing you another Minecraft Cold War vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the Object 279. Object 279 Kotin was a Soviet experimental heavy tank developed at the end of 1959. This special purpose tank was intended to fight on cross-country terrain inaccessible to conventional tanks, acting as a heavy breakthrough tank and if necessary withstanding even the shockwave of a nuclear explosion. It was planned as a tank of the Supreme Command Reserve. So yeah, Object 279 here, a very iconic Cold War type tank. I feel like a lot more people really know about this tank than really you would think, considering that it was just an experimental tank, but it's pretty popular and kind of well known just due to its unconventional type design and the fact that it was designed to actually withstand somewhat of a nuclear explosion, which is pretty impressive. So yeah, really interesting tank and kind of a cool little concept behind it. And definitely a perfect addition to our nuclear week, I feel. Now, I did do a tutorial for the Object 279 a few years back, I believe, so this is kind of a revamped design of it, basically just taking some new design aspects and throwing it in there and just kind of upgrading, some parts of the tank and all that stuff. But, nice design here and going to be a nice kind of more detailed model for you guys to incorporate on your worlds. So let's go ahead and kind of dive into it, taking a look here at the vehicle itself. So start off with, we have the main gun here. This is a 130mm gun. It also is equipped with a coaxial machine gun, as you can see right there. After that, we have basically the tracks here. So it's really unconventional with this tank, is it does have 4 separate sets of tracks here. So as you can see, it's really kind of funky. It kind of looks kind of alien in a way. But yeah, kind of an interesting type design here, and again, just kind of to give it more cross-country capabilities and more kind of, more environments it can withstand. So yeah, all the top turret details here. Again, nothing too crazy, and all the details here on the back. And that's pretty much the vehicle. Pretty cool little vehicle, and again, going to make an awesome addition to any of your Cold War type scenarios and putting it to good use with some of the other nuclear themed weapons we're going to be having come out the rest of this week. Anyways, let's go and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layers. Alright guys, moving into our first layers, we're going to go ahead and start off with layers 0 for 1. For these layers to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a nether brick slab here, followed by a nether brick top slab, which is going to be coming off this slab going forward. Going back from that, we're going to go and place down a green terracotta block, followed by another brick block in the ground, green terracotta block, nether brick block on the ground, and we're going to go and repeat this pattern a total of 3 more times. So green terracotta block, nether brick block, green terracotta block, nether brick block, green terracotta block, nether brick block, and then another green terracotta block like that. Now, so you can see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green terracotta blocks here, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 nether brick blocks in the ground like that, in the ground. And we want to go then place down a nether brick stair there on the back like so. Now once that's done, we're going to grab our dark oak wood top slabs. We're going to go off of this green terracotta block and also off of this nether brick slab here. And we're going to place down a row of dark oak wood top slabs all the way across, filling the space in like so. We're going to go and take the same design for the tracks here and just copy it over here to this side. So again, it's the same exact thing. I'm going to go and do it a little bit faster, as I've already kind of covered it. And also these blocks right in here. And this is our first kind of tread system here. Now on the outside, so the right side of our tank is going to be over here. We're going to take dark oak wood buttons, place them down on these green terracotta blocks, and in those item frames, we're going to go and then place item frames on the side of the block. And then in those item frames, we're going to go and place down green terracotta blocks in those item frames, like so, all the way along the side of the tank there. After that's done, we want to go ahead and then go and skip a space over, and we're going to basically replicate the same thing for these tracks just over here to this side. So again, this is something I'm going to go and do a little bit faster, but it's the same exact thing as we did on the other side, just over here to this side. So this right here is going to be our inside space between the tracks, and then we're going to go ahead and create our row of dark oak wood that goes across this space like so. And it's going to stop right there. And then we're going to go ahead and then take our blocks and we're going to basically make the wheels here on the left side and then set up our tracks. Like so. And like that. Now, once we have that done, we're going to go and do the same details we did on the other side. So dark buttons here along the sides, item frames off those blocks, and then in those item frames we're going to place down green terracotta blocks like so. Now with that out of the way, one thing you can also do is you can place down item frames on the side of these green terracotta blocks on the inside here. Now this isn't completely necessary, as you won't see a lot of the inside here from the outside of the tank, but if you are just looking for that extra bit of detail and just to kind of make a little bit more thorough of a design, you can place those item frames on the inside there. Again, they aren't completely necessary, as most of the tank will kind of cover up that section there to see, but you know, you might be able to, you can kind of see a little bit down into the wheels here a little bit, so it could be a nice little extra detail bit to be a little bit more thorough. Anyways, this is what you should have for layer numbers 0 and 1 from up above. And with that, let's go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 2. Alright guys, go ahead and move it into our next layer, we'll be moving into layer number 2. For layer 2 to go ahead and get started with here, we want to go and start by placing down a nether brick slab on top of these top slabs all the way across here. We're going to go ahead and then take our green terracotta, place down a row of 3 behind those nether brick slabs like so, and then come off the middle block, we're going to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair like so. We then want to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood stair on top of this dark oak wood slab to both sides, and we're going to go ahead and then place down a dark oak wood slab coming off the side here of these stairs. Now on the side here of the slab, we're going to place down an item frame, a green terracotta block in the item frame, and a dark oak wood sign on the side here. Same thing over here as well. So just like that. Once that's finished there, we're going to go ahead and also grab our dark oak wood fence gates. We're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate coming off these 2 nether brick slabs there, just like that toward the front. Now after that's done, we want to go ahead and then work on our track system here. So for our tracks over here on the right side, we're going to place down 3 nether brick slabs back. We're going to go ahead and go 1 nether brick slab, 1 dark oak wood slab, and 1 nether brick slab. On the side of this dark oak wood slab, we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign, an item frame, and a green terracotta block in the item frame. We're going to go ahead and then place down a nether brick top slab that kind of drops down like so to this section here. We're going to go ahead and place down a nether brick slab, a dark oak wood slab, a nether brick slab, and on the dark oak wood slab like we did before, we're going to place down an item frame, green terracotta block in the item frame, and a dark oak wood sign on the side of the item frame as well. We want to go ahead and place down a nether brick top slab in that space there, nether brick slab, dark oak wood slab, and a nether brick slab back. And again on the dark oak wood slab here, we're going to place down an item frame, green terracotta block in the item frame, and a dark oak wood sign over it like so. And on the very back here, we're just going to place down a nether brick slab on top of this, or sorry, dark oak wood slab on the slab here, dark oak wood sign, and item frame on the side, and a green terracotta block. So pretty simple design like that all the way across the side there. Then on the inside section here, we're going to go ahead and basically, actually, it's best just to go ahead and go over to the other side here. So we're just going to go to the other side, and we're going to go and basically repeat the same design. So again, I'm going to do this a little bit faster, as this is exactly the same on both sides of the tank. So if you need to, just refer to the other side, as it's completely the same. And again, on all of our dark oak wood slabs here, we're going to place down our item frames. Green terracotta blocks in those item frames, and our dark oak wood signs. And that's all we need to do there for the track system. So pretty simple stuff so far. After that's all finished, we're going to go then take our green terracotta blocks. We're going to go and place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to go ahead and stop at actually 1 block shorter. So you're going to have a row of 9 coming off that stair there. We're going to go and then place down a dark oak wood stair like this, and then another stair directly behind it like so. Over here on this side, we're going to go and repeat the same thing. So a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then, sorry, 10. Actually, is it? I'm just going to double check here and make sure I'm not giving you guys the wrong information. Yeah, so it's 10 back from the stair, 10 green terracotta blocks back in these 2 dark oak wood stairs. So my bad on that one. And then we're just going to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood stair back to back on this side here as well. Now once that's done, we want to go ahead and then place down a dark oak wood slab on top of these 2 nether brick upside down stairs. Yeah, and then we're going to go and take our green terracotta and basically place down a row 11, going to connect up to the front there. And same thing on this side here as well. So just going all the way up to the front there to kind of connect and fill that bottom in for the hole. Then on the very back here, we're just going to go ahead and take our green terracotta and do another row of 11, going all the way to the front here, filling that space in and connecting basically the 2 sides together. So basically we should have something that looks like this here for this layer. As you can see, pretty good detailing all the way around. Again, an option you can have right here is to place down item frames here on the insides. Have green terracotta blocks in those item frames again to kind of show that wheel that the tracks wrap around there on the back of the tracks. But again, not completely necessary. Anyways, that right there is going to do it for layer number 2. And with that, let's go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 3. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to go ahead and get started with, we're going to take our dark oak wood slabs. We're going to place down a row 3 across the front here like so. Going back from that, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair, and then a dark oak wood corner stair to both sides of the stair like so. We then want to place down a stripped spruce wood log here behind the middle stair, which is going to be basically our hatch there. And then to both sides of it, we're going to place down a green terracotta block. Now once that's done, we're going to go ahead and also place down a dark oak wood slab, come off these corner stairs to both sides, and then come off this green terracotta block, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair, like so, out to both sides. Coming off the front of the stair, we're going to place down a dark oak wood slab, and we want to go ahead and then take our green terracotta, and we're going to place down a row of 5 of green terracotta across the center here. We're going to place down our dark oak wood stair here to both sides, and then going back from the stair, we're going to place down a second stair, so you have a corner stair and then a regular stair. Same thing over here, and we're going to fill in the space between the stairs again, all the way across with green terracotta. Once we have this done, we want to go and then go off this dark oak wood stair to the side here with a dark oak wood slab. And we want to go and then take our green terracotta, and we're going to place down a row of 7 of green terracotta all the way across, followed by a second row of 7, and then a third row of 7, like that all the way across there. And on the ends of these rows of 7 of green terracotta, on both sides, we're going to place down dark oak wood slabs, like that on the side. So you should have something that looks like this here for the shape for the front so far. With that done, we want to go and then place down a row of 5 of green terracotta across, followed by a dark oak wood stair, and then a dark oak wood slab coming off of it to the sides like so. Once we have that done, we're going to go and then place down a dark oak wood slab to both sides coming off that slab, and we want to go and then grab a green shulker box, which is located in here, and we're going to place down a green shulker box in this spot right there on both sides. And then we're going to take our green terracotta and just place down a row of 5 connecting that space together. Now when we get to this section here, we want to go ahead and then grab ourselves some black concrete. And for this, we're going to go back from this green terracotta block, 1, 2, 3, black concrete, 1, 2, 3 on both sides. And then the space in the middle here, we're just going to go take our green terracotta and place down 3 rows of 3. Filling that space in. To the sides here, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves dark oak wood stairs. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3. Dark oak wood stairs on the side here, and then 1, 2, and 3. And then coming off those stairs, we're going to place down 3 dark oak wood slabs. Again, same thing over here as well. Once we have that done there, we're going to go and then place down a dark oak wood corner stair. Come off this stair here, and then a regular stair like that, which is going to go all the way across here. Like so, and then we're going to have a corner stair right there in that space as well. Come off the corner stair here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood slab to both sides, and also a dark oak wood slab come off the corner stair here toward the rear. Now, once that's done, we're going to then take our green terracotta, we're going to place down a row of 5 green terracotta across the back there. We're going to place down a dark oak wood button on the ones on the outside, and then the one block in the middle, and then a dark oak wood sign on the blocks there on either side, so like that. And with that done there, that is going to basically wrap up what we have there for layer number 3. And with that, let's go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 4. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 4. For layer 4, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor on top of these 2 dark oak wood stairs. And we're going to place down item frames coming off these trapdoors going forward, and we're going to place down snowballs in those item frames like that for the headlights. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and then go back to this section here. We're going to place down a dark oak wood upside down stair to both sides of that middle space, and then in that middle space there, kind of back from the stairs at an angle, we're going to place down a black concrete block like so. We then want to place down a green terracotta block to both sides of that black concrete block, and then going out to the sides of it, we're going to place down a mossy cobblestone wall to both sides, just like that. Now, once that's done, we're going to also take our dark oak wood top slabs. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 top slabs coming off that black concrete block going forward, and then on these last 2 right here, we're going to place down dark oak wood signs to both sides. We want to go ahead and then place down an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 dark oak wood slabs going forward, and on the last 2 here, we're going to place down dark oak wood signs. We're going to go ahead and then place down an additional dark oak wood slab forward, followed by 2 and 3 more, and then again dark oak wood signs here on the last 2, like so. We're just going to wrap all the way around the slabs like that. And then on the very tip here, we're going to go ahead and place down an item frame, and we're going to go ahead and then place down a black concrete block in that item frame, just like that. Now with that all done, we're going to then go back here to the turret. We're going to go ahead and place down a row of 5 of green terracotta across. Alright guys, go ahead and continue on. We're going to then place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green terracotta blocks across, and then we're going to place down a brick wall to both sides. We're going to go and then place down a row of 5 green terracotta across here, followed by a mossy cobblestone wall to both sides. After that, we're going to then place down a row of 4 row 5 green terracotta across, and then a row 3 of green terracotta across the center like so. We then want to go ahead and place down a stripped spruce wood log here in the center and a tripwire hook there coming off that block like that toward the rear there. After that's done, we want to go ahead and place down a dark oak wood button on this shulker box here to both sides, and we're going to also grab ourselves an item frame, and we're going to place down an item frame here on top of the shulker box like so with a green terracotta block in it, again on both sides there like so. Once that's all done there, we can go ahead and then continue on by going ahead and placing down rails. So we're going to go and grab our rails and place down 1, 2, 3 rails and 1, 2, 3. We then want to take our dark oak wood buttons and we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 dark oak wood buttons there on the insides. And we're going to then take our zombie heads and we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3 zombie heads like this and 1, 2, 3 on those dark oak wood stairs. With that all complete there, on the back here we're just going to go ahead and very simply place down a dark oak wood trapdoor in the middle green terracotta block there, a green carpet on top of those 2 stairs there, and then dark oak wood trapdoors on top of these 2 green terracotta blocks and dark oak wood buttons there on the spaces on the middle, going across there in between. And once we have that all done there, that is going to wrap up what we have there for layer number 4 for the build. And with that, let's go and move into our final layers here, layers 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, putting the top of the turret on and the radio antenna and all that stuff. So with that, let's move into layers 5 through 9. Alright guys, going ahead and move into our last final layers. We have layers 5 through 9. So for these layers, to start with, we're going to place down 2 dark oak wood trapdoors on the front here, a green carpet, and then 2 dark oak wood trapdoors back. We're going to go ahead and place down a row of 1, 2, 3 green carpets, a dark oak wood trapdoor, and then a lever, which you want the lever facing toward the rear there, toward the turret. We're going to go ahead and then place down a spruce wood slab there in the center, and then to both sides of it, we're going to place down a dark oak wood slab, like that to both sides. We're going to then place down a green terracotta block there in the middle, and then to both sides of that green terracotta block, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair. We then want to place down another row of 3 of green terracotta across, and in this section here, this mossy cobblestone wall, we're going to place down a zombie head here at a very slight angle, like that to both sides there for a little bit of the turret shaping. Once that's done, we're going to then place down a dark oak wood slab on both sides of this row 3 of green terracotta. We're going to go ahead and then place down a dark oak wood stair, come off this dark oak wood slab to both sides here, and then we're going to place down a stripped spruce wood log, which is going to go next to this stair over here on the right side, and then we're going to place down 2 green terracotta blocks over from that. We then want to place down a row of 5 of green terracotta going all the way across, and we're going to go and then place down zombie heads here at slight angles like this to kind of create a little bit more curvature for the sides of the turret, and same thing over here, so just like that. Once we have that finished there, we're going to go and then place down a mossy cobblestone wall, which is going to go in the center space here, green terracotta block to both sides, and another mossy cobblestone wall out to the sides there like so. On the back here, we're going to place down a dark oak wood stair and a dark oak wood corner stair to both sides of the stair, like that to finish that off on the back there. Now, once we have that done, we're going to start moving into the top details, and actually, one thing we do have to do here is put this light on the tank. So, coming off the side here of the tank, so this section right here, this stair, and this is going to be on the right side only of the turret, we're going to place down a dark oak wood top slab. Then we're going to follow this up by grabbing ourselves a dark oak wood fence gate, and we're going to go and place down a dark oak wood fence gate like this and open toward the front. And then coming off that fence gate, we're going to go and place down an item frame. And in that item frame, we want to go ahead and place down a black stained glass pane, just like that, for some sort of optics or something like that that was located on the tank. Now with that all done, we want to go ahead and then go to the top up here. We're going to place down a dark oak wood trapdoor, which is going to go on top of this block here, and then a item frame coming off of it, and we're going to go and then place down a black concrete block coming off that, or in that item frame like so. And we can also go ahead and grab ourselves a dark oak wood sign and place a dark oak wood sign over it, like so. Once we have that all done there, we're going to go ahead and then grab our dark oak wood fence gates. We're going to place down a fence gate here, open it up toward the back, and we're going to place down a fence gate right here as well, and have that, again, open toward that fence gate, so just like that. We then want to go ahead and grab ourselves a redstone repeater. We're going to place down a redstone repeater with the notches spread apart like so. And we're going to go and then take our dark oak wood buttons. We're going to place down 1 and 2 dark oak wood buttons there, followed by a spruce wood slab right there. And we want to go then surround the spruce wood slab with zombie heads, like so, to create the commander's cupola there. And we also want to go ahead and place down a zombie head in this corner spot right here, turned at a slight angle, like so. And then lastly, we just need to go ahead and do our radio antenna. So for this, we're going to go ahead and grab a dark oak wood fence post and iron bars. We're going to place down a dark oak wood fence post here, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4 iron bars up like that to go ahead and create your radio antenna. Actually, sorry, it should only be 3 iron bars up like that for the radio antenna. And once you have that all done there, that's going to complete my new design here for the Object 279 Kotin. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put it to good use. If you do use this build, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This can be anything from a silent build, link to my channel, or this video if this does appear on your social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for the build, you're free to use it for whatever project you guys are working on. Overall, enjoy the build, have fun with it, and all that fun stuff. But other than that, that's going to do for this video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Garrett204, and I'll see you guys next time.